Yeah, the under 50 note I made. They're allowed to protest it if it's under 50 laps to go. If they're proven wrong, they'll be parked at that lap, and I'll have to sit out the next lap if they've caused more than their 2 cautions or 1 caution or whatever. That makes sense. Just a reminder, if you're under 50 and you want to protest that second caution, you're welcome to, but note, it will be reviewed by the admin panel. If we have found that you have been at fault, you will be parked on that lap in points, and you'll sit out the next race you have to register for. So, well, thank you, buddy. All right, let's try that again. So, also note, if we're under 50 to go and you have already had 1 caution and you have a second under 50, you choose to protest it because you think you're in the right, you're welcome to. But if the admin panel deems you at fault, you will be parked on points at that point in the race, and you will miss out on the next race you register for. So use that at your own discretion. That's only if you have 1 caution already before the 50 to go and then cause 1 under 50 to go.
So if you have 1 cause caution, want to do all that stuff and
all right, I'm gonna
All right. Thanks, man.
apologize. I did not realize I had my mic muted. So going over it here, this is our starting grid. I'm not doing a lot of talking, and I'm gonna let the guys do the racing and let them do their thing. So if you guys have anything you would like to see, just point it out real quick. Give me a heads up. Qualifying here, we're doing the traditional traditional rules, so we set the grid based off a certain formula, or actually I think it's random draw to help keep things simple. Get ready to go green. Pace truck pulls off. We are green at Richmond. Oh, as our leader, Corey, is already getting loose off turn 4. Turn 4 is going to be treacherous. Turn 4 and turn 2. That puts Alex Cummings out into the lead.
Carla.
Apologize, folks. You have to give me just a brief moment. I may have to make a few adjustments here. There it is. I gotta make sure I have that muted. Don't want anybody's and now racing looks like it's going to be doing a little bit of lagging in and out as well, so just be patient with me. Like I said, this is the last minute for me to decide. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do this tonight or not, so Alex Cummings takes almost a full second lead on Cody McKinney and Brian Jones. Dalton Tucker sitting in 4th. As Dalton tries to take over the 3rd position, Brian Jones. Trying to get that low line to work, but the high line, as Dalton gets a little bit loose right there. Going to be the car to watch tonight, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. He is a fast, good, consistent driver. So we'll see if he can. Like I said, he's already started up front. Let's see if he can work his way to the front. We have our second or co-broadcaster in the booth with us tonight, Alex Robinson.
Oh, how are you, sir?
Good, how are you, Alex?
Good. I saw you by yourself. I thought I might hop in and give you a little assistance here tonight.
Absolutely. I've had a long day at work, so I am just kind of getting by at the moment. I know that some of these guys like to have their this league broadcasted for family to watch, and that's what I'm trying to hopefully do. If you're expecting a what do you call a professional type of broadcast, you have come to the wrong spot.
No, this is the one night of the week that I've had off so far with broadcasting. So I was like, oh, I'll come in and have some fun, because a night without broadcasting is not fun at all.
No, like I said, I usually stream, so I kind of, just for documentation, just to kind of have an idea of what I did a year ago, because when I first started out racing, streaming wasn't that big of a deal. It was sort of a big deal, but not that big of a deal. And then, I started thinking about it. Where was I racing at a year ago? What league was I in? I don't really remember that time frame. So, this just allows these guys to have a little bit more of an idea of what they were doing at a certain time, if they can remember to come back and take a look at the broadcast. So.
But one thing I'm starting to notice, I've seen it multiple times in this league, Alex Cummings out in front. And it feels like it's a repeat tape because the man has always been in the top 5 every single race I've seen.
I can agree. It doesn't matter if it's dirt, asphalt. I think he would probably be good on gravel as well. He just knows how to get up front and get there quickly. And I think he started pretty close to the front tonight. I think he started P2, so...
I was disappointed. I messaged Jacob Weaver a little too late. I was going to come home from bowling and hop in if there was a spot open, but I was a little too late. So, second best thing, come and broadcast with you.
Yep, that's the next best thing, hopefully.
15 laps in the book, and we're still green, so everyone's keeping it clean and green, not forcing any issues so far. But again, 240 laps, you don't really want to force an issue so early.
No, this is, like I said, a long race. We got, I think our first, let me double check our stages here. I think our first stage is going to be lap 60, which is, it's a good little short run. Could be a little bit longer at time, in certain places, but we try to keep, quarter half on the stages. So I think a lot of these guys are still trying to fill their cars out and try to get an idea of what they want, how hard they can push it, what their tires are going to end up looking like at the end of the run. I do know that we have a new caution rule here. If you cause 2 cautions in a race, you will be parked for the evening, and if you're on probation, you only have to cause 1, and you will be parked for the evening. So a lot of these guys are treading on thin ice or even thinner if you're on probation at the moment.
And the one thing I saw that rule because I'm getting ready, a few weeks down the line, I'll be stepping into a truck and running the rest of that truck series. You said about Alex Cummings on dirt. I'm a dirt guy. I broadcast dirt. I race dirt. So this is going to be one of those Alex Cummings. I'm gonna come. You dominated at Bristol, but now we're going to Knoxville in a few months. I'm coming for you.
It'll be an interesting sight to see. I am not a dirt racer. I didn't even make it past, I think, lap 10 on the trucks in the dirt race before I bowed out and said this was enough for me. I'm still trying to get it down. Of course, I was on my old wheel at that moment. I was on not my new setup that I've got now. So hopefully I'll be a little bit better. It's one of those fortes that I need to kind of learn. As Dalton Tucker has already got to P3 and he's dipping underneath for P3 underneath Alex. So not Alex, but Cody McKinley to see if he can pick up P2 here.
And you see mid-pack there. A lot of these guys are single file on the bottom. Nobody wants to force that issue. Like we said, the top 5, except for this battle for second, everyone is pretty much comfortable on the bottom side. You see a few cars in the middle, but everyone just wants to sit there on the bottom side and not force any issues then they have to.
And I honestly don't blame him at the moment. I think just kind of letting the track come to you, because right now the track is 91 degrees, so I mean it's a little warm. It's not too warm. It is going to create a little bit more of a slicker surface. Like I said, I'm looking at the number 17 of Ray Highlake here. Our pole sitter, the 25, is in front of him, Corey Wharton. He's sitting in P10 at the moment after that turn 2. I guess what do you want to call it, sideways slide into the front grass. So he's made a pretty decent, salvaged recovery, I would call it, because I think he slid back to P8, P9, and he's just kind of maintaining at the moment.
Yeah, he definitely had to save it there, but that's the one thing you see. A lot of those drivers stay clear of that whole situation, and they're keeping their nose clean, as you see. A lot of guys, though, bobbing and weaving here, and the track, they're going to drift up. There's going to be a moment where everyone at least once drifts up the track in the turn for coming in too hot, and that's when everyone will take advantage of it then later on tonight.
Yes, you will start to see these cars, what I like to call dump truck plowing. They will feel like the front is not biting, and you get back on the gas, and either the rear end wants to step out from you having to turn the wheel too much, or you'll see that front end go straight to the wall, and they're flirting with that safety barrier. When they put the safety barrier in here, it took away about almost 2 foot of the track, so they're definitely going to be flirting with that wall all night. We're under caution here, I believe. Yes, we are. I did not notice that.
And there's a puff of smoke in the air, so somebody had a minor mishap.
Let us go back and take a look at it here and see who that was. I don't know, I'm struggling to find out who that was, so we'll find out here in a minute. Get an idea who that was here just in a second. It'll definitely pop up. Somebody will. As I get us caught back up to speed. Oh, I think that was the O2. I think we just seen it. Let's take a look. Yep, I think it was the O2. Let's back it up. I think we found it just by accident. Looks like, what number is that right there? The 94. Uh-oh. We have an implication here, I believe. I don't know if that's going to be a cause caution on the 94. Because if it is, he is already on thin ice. If that is him, he will be parked for the evening, and I'm sure he will not be very thrilled about it. We will find out in a moment who that is. Who caused that caution.
Right when I saw that rule come out about cause cautions, I was like, okay, time to practice a little bit more because I don't want to be a cause of a caution here.
No. Change my camera. And he is one of our championship contenders, the 94. He's one of these guys that's battling for the championship. I know he's back there in points a little bit, but I know he's trying just to maintain the bleeding at the moment because he's been bleeding. That is for sure. He's had some rough luck the past few nights or past few weeks. So I'm hoping he mounts a good recovery because he's a good guy to race with. I know he's clean. He just accidents happen. So we'll see what the admins call here.
One thing to notice though, Race Control dropped the hammer on that new rule last week. We're about halfway through the stage, and that's your first caution of the night. So I think these drivers maybe have a better head on their shoulders this week after you had Bristol dirt. So a tougher thing for asphalt drivers if they never touch the dirt side of things. And then you had the short track of Martinsville, which we even saw in real life. Tempers flare there a lot.
Yes, they do. Tempers do flare. We're lining it back up. Wait a minute. I'm looking. No, I don't think it was. Nope, they did not give it to him. I think they gave it to the O2. Because it did look like the O2 did come down a bit. So I didn't want to place full blame on him. Looks like the 47 of Alex Cummings is going to take the outside lane, which is not a bad place to restart at. Especially here at Richmond with a high lane, and then the car's already being a little bit loose when the tires are cold. That's probably not a bad idea to hopefully get a jump on Dalton Tucker, because you know that he knows his rearview mirror is going to be full of that 94 car or 93 car here momentarily.
Now you think about this, we were talking about that schedule. It's Richmond the next week. I can't wait. I'm off, so if there's a car to fill, I'm going and trying to fill a car because it's Talladega, it's a super speedway, and if not, if there's a broadcast, I want to be there because I want to see the big one.
Yes, Talladega is going to be fun, especially with that new draft package that iRacing's come out with. I think iRacing right now, I think they're just finishing up their Pro Invitational, and they were running single file line there for quite some time, so I'm kind of interested to see if it's going to be that way with this league or if we'll line it up 2x2 as far back as we can. As Dalton Tucker ducks it to the inside of Alex Cummings and see if he's going to try to pull a slide jump on him, and he will take the lead at the line.
Looks like Cummings makes a mistake once more, and now Jones going to go to the inside here. So Cummings starting to go up mid to top side, and it's cost him 2 positions here, but a lot of drivers didn't go into pit on that caution. So now if we go green to the final stage here, think about that pit stop. Pit strategy will come into play here, especially with this long lapse.
Yes, it will. We only have 4 or 5 sets of tires, so tire sets play a role. We run the full like cup rules. I think cup teams end up getting like 8 or 9 or 12 sets of tires. I'm just kind of guessing because every track is different, and we try to cut that in half. So we will see tires come into effect. I'm wondering if that 47. Nope, as we had. Nope, they're going to save it. It looks like. That was a 28, or are they going to throw a caution out? Nope, no, still no caution.
So no caution, but again, that 93 of Tucker out in front. Cummings drops back to the 3rd spot after the mistake there, and he's going to keep going to that top side. And you remember, here everyone's been running the bottom side. I don't see the top side coming in until about lap maybe 200 coming in. Then when the track starts wearing out some more, and maybe that middle to top comes in.
Yep, as I was finishing my thought, I'm wanting to think he's wanting to run that high side, trying to make it come in a little bit quicker. He's going to need a few more partners to make that thing come in, because Richmond is in a colder climate, so that track surface wears quickly. With that, the heat and the cold, the heat and the cold contracting between on the racing surface, so. It is actually abrasive. It's not as abrasive as some of the other places we go, such as Darlington or Atlanta, but it's still abrasive.
And one thing, I got to see this track in person. We went down about 2 years ago, and we got a tour of the track. These facilities down here are phenomenal. Track is nice, and the one thing that people were telling me that work there is you can still draft here. You got to be a little more careful with it when you draft, but you can still draft here at Richmond.
Yes, you definitely can draft here at Richmond. So they classify it as a short track because it's only, what is our, trying to see where he is, actually do not see it. I'm trying to see what the track length is. Is it 3/4 of a mile?
I want to say it's something like that, but you saw there your track temp at only 86 degrees, so still a little low track temp, no humidity there, but only 70 degrees in the air there. So track temp still a lot cooler than what you expect. But I imagine if we keep this green for a long run, it's going to get a lot hotter.
I completely agree because I believe before that first caution we were almost 92 degrees if I remember correctly. So we'll see it start to increase because these cars do create heat and put it down on the track. Look at our fastest laps. Looks like Dalton Tucker is going up as we're underneath another caution here. I do not know who caused it. Looks like it's going to be involving the 78. It looks like. So let's back it up here and see what happened. Got it pulled up, and it definitely is between the 78 and the 42. It looks like the 42 just dove it down in there too hard, and the 78 was up high. And the 78 will spin it around and put the binders on to keep from rolling into anybody or anybody hitting them, which is a smart play by the 78. Much appreciated there, Sam. That was a very gentlemanlike thing to do. A lot of guys that race in iRacing do not do that. They just kind of let it roll all over the track, and they collect as many people as possible. Alex, have you been caught up in something similar to that before?
Oh, I've been caught up in that in I feel like it doesn't matter if you're racing dirt, road courses, asphalt. Doesn't really matter. You can get caught up, and I've been caught up in every single different race you can. It's painful. It
is painful, but it is part of the racing deal. We all accept it when we buy our rigs or put our pieces together and jump in behind the car. So about 15 laps to the stage in. I don't see many people pitting at all. I think the 47, yes, the 47 of Alex decided he had had enough on those tires and he has already hit pit road.
Before that caution came out, he dropped back even more spots. He was about in that 5th or 6th spot. So those tires were hurting that man a lot. So it's a smart idea for him here to go in now. He might be able to make a run here and, you know, get into the top 10 before the end of the stage, but a lot of cars he does have to pass.
He will, yes, he will have a lot of cars. I think he is being shown 20th right there. Wow, 20th. He's lost a lot of positions. I will say our biggest mover of the race at the moment is this number 33. He may be somebody to keep an eye on. He has definitely worked his way up from 27th up to P5. So he is making some passes. I don't think doesn't look like he's used that bumper at any right now. So he's obviously keeping it clean and green as much as he can because he knows that, you know, got to have your whole car to the end.
Now you saw a few cars back there from like the 20th spot where Alex Cummings is back throughout the rest of the pack. A lot of those guys came in and pitted already, while the rest of them, the top 10, maybe even the top 15, haven't pitted yet here tonight. Might affect them in the long run, especially at the end of the stage. Can they make a mistake here, drift up the track with the used tires, and can somebody sneak in and take these stages away?
Yeah, because we do give points for the stages here. So top 10 gets you know, points from first. First getting 10 points, second 8 on back to 10th place, receiving 1 point. So stages can play a big role difference in your point standings at the end of the race. And I apologize for the stream. We're having some upload issues at the moment. I do not know why it is doing that. We're kind of jumping around a little bit for some reason. I don't know why. Let me see if I can figure that out. We go back green again. I apologize for the stream issues. It's been fine all week, and now I decided to broadcast the race, and here we go.
Back green here, Tucker still out in front. You see already he's getting, you know, almost a half a second advantage over the second place car. So that's going to be one to keep your eye on. He's had the quicker car here tonight, running clean line, smooth line, hasn't had to put up with any dirty air in front of him since he's passed Alex Cummings. Everyone else, they're battling side by side for the second spot. Jones and Ackerman battling it out. You have Morton, you have Pittman, Cook, all those guys battling it out. And Tucker, well, he's just out in front by himself.
Yep, it looks like he's just set sail. He is definitely looking like he's going to take the stage here if he keeps it all four up underneath him.
Out in front still, and again, still green here. 10 laps, under 10 laps to go here. Actually, 9 laps to go. Sorry, 8 laps to go in stage 1 here, and Tucker's still out in front.
Yep, he is out in front. He's increased his lead almost a second over Brian Jones. Actually, he does have a second over Brian Jones. My ticker's not updating fast enough.
Strong out in front here. 6 laps to go. I think the 93 right now, unless something catastrophic happens to him, I think he can pretty much write him in for stage 1 victory here.
I will completely agree with that. I would say that definitely got him another stage coming up here.
But again, here we go. You know, everyone battling back there, still in the top 10, trying to get some stage points out of this. And with 6 laps to go, this is really going to help those guys for the restart of the stage that pitted already for the start of stage number 2, because they have the fresher tires. They don't have to pit as much. But if they do, well, it might cost them a little bit.
Well, Joe, I'm trying to figure out why there's some things not wanting to work.
Laps to a tougher stop from Jones in second. As that 37, he's comfortable right there as well. These cars starting to spread apart from each other. You see, second is about another second in front of the 4th place car, Bakerman. So these guys are spreading out along the track. Tucker still, though, he is the man in front with 3 to go, closing in on 2 to go. The 93 of Tucker is looking strong here tonight.
He most definitely is. He is definitely the strongest car at the moment. So as he comes down to 1 to go for the stage,
looks like you can pretty much write it there for the 93 Tucker. He's going to win stage 1.
stage 1 will be Tucker's as he comes through the middle of 3 and 4. And comes off 4, crosses the stripe, and it is his. And I was behind the schedule a little bit. Whoops. Caution comes out for stage 1. As we can see it brighten up, it looks like we've got cloud covering coming in and out at the moment. So that's going to change this track temperature a little bit. As Dalton Tucker hits pit road, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to hit pit road here momentarily for tires. I don't see why they would stay out any longer than they have to.
I will be interested to see, you know, Alex Cummings pitted earlier in the race. It's going to be one, does he come in and pit, or does the 47 feel comfortable enough with those tires to stay out? I see one car is out on the racetrack. But here we go, pit road, pit stops for the first time here tonight. Who is going to win the battle off of pit road?
We'll sit here and watch and see who comes out first. Looks like Dalton Tucker, and then Brian Jones, Corey, hang on, let me double check that. Yep, looks like, Dalton Tucker, Brian Jones will be the top 2 coming off pit road.
There you do see the 47 of Alex Cummings. He is on pit road getting new tires, so for him, he's used 2 sets of tires out of the 4 that I'm pretty sure you said you get. So will this affect him in the long run here? With, again, you have a good 100, almost feels like going to be 200 laps, and you have 2 sets of tires here. If we go green to the rest of the way, you're going to be in a world of hurt with those tire sets.
Yes, you are. You're going to be a world of hurt. It's not having enough tires to make it to the end.